Yes! Go. Move. Oh my God. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Player YouTube channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at Lexus, and it's the NX, and it's the 300H, which means hybrid. This car is rather stunning looking. Let's go and take a look at it. The grille, straight away, really aggressive. Lexus have this way of producing lines that sort of flow with symmetry. They really do have the art of producing a car that turns heads. Lovely bi-xenon headlights, really cut in tight here. These indicators, almost like a swoosh of another brand, but they flash out. They don't just indicate, they actually flash out. Love that. 18-inch alloys. Under the bonnet, now this is worth talking about. It's a 4-cylinder, 2.5 litre engine. It's petrol and it's a double overhead cam. And this has 2 electric motors, and the reason for that is because one motor drives the rear wheels and the other one drives the front wheels, because this is what Lexus call a 4E, so it's all-wheel drive. It's rather special. Let's go and take a look around. Taking a look down the side of the car, it really has got some lovely lines on it. Someone's really taken the time to actually think about designing this car. It's not just been sort of slapped down on a piece of paper and let's get it out. Someone's really had a good think about it. You've got the big 18-inch alloys, as I mentioned earlier, and you've got plenty of like lovely sweeping curves through here. There's some lovely lights at the back here. Now come around here, because this is where it starts to get interesting. It's got an electric rear boot, which will go up for me. There we go. And again, you know, actually looking at the car, plenty of width in the space here. This is just shy of 500 litres with the seats up, and I've taken the rear parcel shelf out because it's a pain in the backside to keep removing and putting back in. Someone will eventually come up with an idea where it just slides in and out. The rear seats, when they go down, which I'm going to do for you in a second, 1,500 litres of space. So if you hang on there, this is where the problem starts, because with other cars of this type, you can literally ping the button and the seats go down. In this car, that ain't going to happen. You have to go all the way around here. So if you stay there, and then you have to drop them here on the side. And again, they don't go completely flat. And I'm going to have to go around the other side. And you can see the problem here. This all takes time. If you're in a hurry, that's not going to happen. So you do have a little flap here, but the seats is not going completely flat, unfortunately. But tons of boot space. Let's walk round and I'll show you in the back and how much legroom we've got. In the back, although we had the problems with the seats coming down, there is a better part to that. And the good thing I like about it is these seats, one, check out the legroom. It is massive. And the height of the ceiling, it's average. It's not huge, but you've got a massive panoramic roof in here, which I'll show you in a minute when we slide it back. But as I was saying, the seats, you can actually pull these up or go right back. Check that out. And in the middle here, you've got this lovely big armrest. So when the seat's right back, you can see this is so comfortable. It is off the planet. This is as good as any of the... Oh, it does ping up rather quickly. In here, double cup holder. Brilliant idea. Absolutely brilliant. Just pops away there like that. And that folds back up so neatly. Isofix points on both seats here. This will be a 5th seat, but I wouldn't say it's going to be the most comfortable. But it'll work. So that's the main thing. At least we can get 5 people in the back here. Windows, really nice height as well, right on my shoulder line, which is perfect. Separate heating controls at the back, even better. And life goes even better with heated rear seats. Now that is something that you only normally see on a very premium car. But this is a premium car. That's what the whole thing's about, but not at a premium price. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So we've got legroom, we've got lovely seats at the back. The only thing we found wrong with it so far is you have to come round to pull the seats down to open it all up. But is that really such a big deal? Let's get in the front and let me show you the tech on this car, because it will blow your mind. It's amazing. So up front in the Lexus NX300, it's a rather special place to be. The first thing you'll notice is this massive panoramic roof, which on a sunny day like today is stunning. It's so roomy and the area is beautiful. Secondly, leather seats all round, absolutely beautiful again, properly bolstered. You feel so tight and comfortable in them. You drive for miles in these, and they're both electric, as you can see down there. The next thing I want to show you is the glove box. This is massive. You get a 1.5 litre bottle of water in there, get your iPad, absolutely everything. You get a pair of shoes in there if you want to. That's a proper size glove box. Moving over to the centre console, we've got a double cup holder. Yes, we like that. And then it starts to get better, because when we go in here, we've got the wireless charging system here, which is, again, you know, all these things normally come on a much more expensive car. And that lifts up to reveal 2 USBs in here. So if you haven't got wireless charging, you've got the USBs, and then you've obviously got Apple Play, which will go straight onto the car when you plug in, and we've got a 12-volt adapter in it, and it's a massive, great cubbyhole box, which is great. Another little thing which I found on this, which is rather nice, I like this, is a little mirror. So if you're doing your makeup or whatever, well, I personally don't do my makeup, but it's just nice little bits and pieces. We like that. And again, inside there is like almost a little secret cubby hole to put bits and pieces. It just fits neatly in there. The good thing about the car is it does have the paddles, so you can go into a manual mode on the gearbox. There are 3 modes. So you've got economy mode, or, you know, the EV mode as they call it. Then you just push once on the button here, and that will put you into normal mode. And then if you want to go into sports mode and use the paddles, you can shift down with the gear shift, pull it over to the right, and you're in sports mode. Turn the button to the right and everything is set up, and it really is good. We'll talk about that when we're out on the road. Map wise, massive great 10-inch screen here. It's stunning. It's a little bit awkward to use, as we just found out a minute ago, because we were trying to zoom in and out, and it took us quite a while to figure that out. But you've got a little mouse pad down here, and I find this a little too sensitive. I'm sure there's some settings that you can set up. So you just run your finger over there, and you can actually go split screen on this. So you can pull up, as you see there, I've got all the analytics that have come up next to the map. Heads up display, absolutely brilliant. Not only does a heads-up display tell me what speed I'm going, it can also tell me, or it does tell me, about the warnings coming up, speed limits, junctions, things like that. And I noticed the other day when I put it in the sports mode, the gears come up, so you know what gear you're in. It's a really brilliant system. Separate heating controls. Everybody has that these days. But this has a 3-stage heated seat at the front for both the passenger and the driver. Then it also has a cooling seat, so you can set this up according to your air conditioning during the summer, and you've got proper cooling seats. Everything's been thought of on this. I mean, this car could easily be up in the 60, 70,000s. We're not going to tell you until the end how much this car is, because this is proper value for money. Over here on the steering wheel, as you would expect, all the modes are on here. You can set everything up. You've got your cruise control down here, which is on a separate stick, the paddles behind, and they're actually attached to the steering wheel, which again, we love that. They're not attached to the steering column itself. It's got auto dimming headlights, rain sensitive wipers. There really isn't anything that Lexus have forgotten to put on this. And I love the fact that you've got this lovely old-fashioned clock that again you normally find on the more expensive cars. So it's ticking every box in my book, and yeah, I just totally love this car. Let's get it out on the road, because you need to know what it runs like, how quiet it is, and we'll talk a little bit about the economy.
Should hit you in just a few seconds. The supersonic boom should hit you in just a few seconds.
Out on the road, the NX300H is a super car to drive. It's very responsive. The brakes are really proper brakes. The comfort level is beyond all expectations for a car that is priced at what this car is priced at. Keep you hanging there just for a little bit longer because you're going to be shocked. Comfort levels beyond, beyond your wildest dreams, in all honesty, because it's just geared for touring, it's geared for driving. At the same time, you've got the economy. Now let's talk about the economy, because Lexus claim this car will do 54/55 to the gallon. Get my words out in a minute. We've only been getting around about 42, 43, and although I haven't been on long runs with this car, I do feel it's going to struggle to get up to the 50 mark. So maybe a little slightly over adventurous there on the economy. Comfort levels for passengers, immeasurable. Amazing car. You've got all the tech on this. You couldn't want for more. I've got the cooling seats on at the moment. There's 3 different levels. I'm nicely cooled. I've got a lovely big panoramic roof. I've got plenty of vision around me, and I've got blind spot mirrors, which I love, which you really need on every car these days. So in all honesty, the car ticks every box apart from a couple of tiny little things. Price. Let's talk price. Now I know what you're expecting me going to say. It's going to be in the 60s, maybe even up in the 70s. No. £45,000, just less than 45 actually, and that includes this stunning paintwork. It's like a titanium silver that they've painted it in, and that's like 685 quid extra, but it's worth it because it looks even more sexy in it. So really, for 45 grand, a car like this with everything on it, it's a no-brainer, guys. You should get out and test one of these. The only little bugbear, as I said, 2.5 litre engine, doesn't quite have the beans that I would have expected it to, but I'm sure there's a way of dealing with that. You're not going to be doing 150 mile an hour in this car. It's not designed for that. Guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you're watching, smash the thumbs up, because really appreciate that. Helps us with the Google Analytics. And if you want to watch more of these, next week we've got the Kia Stinger. That's going to be an interesting one. Subscribe and then we'll automatically update you. So thanks for watching, and catch you again next week. Oh my God.